Segment 2. Emotions are creating something. So what are emotions creating? What are emotions creating? Truly ponder that how you are feeling is creating something. So when we speak about vibration, and the vibration of love, the vibration of peace, vibration of inner light, vibration of inner wisdom, one's naturally understand that if one is feeling on top of the world, unstoppable, just only seeing beauty in the world, looking at the world through the eyes of Source and feeling euphoric. And ones would say, "Oh, that's so fleeting. Does that even happen? Do you know what it is like to live in a world like this? Have you watched the evening news?" And we do understand. And we do understand that ones can feel happiness, joyfulness, contentment under conditions that does not truly add up to, if you will, how others would see that as happiness. Have you ever met a soul, a person, who just has light emanating forth, and they have joy and gratitude and love just filling themselves almost as it's pushing outwards? You can see the twinkle in their eye. You can see the love they hold. And then you look at their life, if you will, and you wonder, how can that one be happy? Because you do not see sort of the tangible everyday things that others search for to be happy. This one perhaps is living a life that others would not feel how anyone could be happy in that life, in living that space in life. And the one living it as joyous and carefree and caring for others, happy. And then you have ones that from the outside world look as though they have everything. Now, often ones will go to the material possessions, if you will. House, car. Then they will look at their family. Oh, they have a beautiful family, a beautiful wife or husband. No wonder they're happy. Oh, look at the house they live in. No wonder they're happy. Look at the car they drive. No wonder. Oh, it must be nice to be them. Oh, and that almost causes some resentment within some. And if you were to truly go into their own being, if you will, oftentimes you would find that the one that appears to have all things that would make others happy, if you will, they're miserable. They're suffering. They're in pain. They're in agony. They're in anguish. They're in disappointment. Isn't it fascinating? Where do emotions emerge from? Where does it come from? How do you know anger? How do you know happiness? It is in the contrast. But how do you know? Where do emotions come from? Did anyone teach to be happy? Did anyone teach to be angry? And we're just using these sort of either end of the scale, if you will. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of ways. Happiness. There are many levels of happiness. There are many levels of anger. Have you pondered it? Have you pondered it? Anger leading to rage. Happiness leading to euphoric state. Have you pondered it? And how is it some people feel so angry all the time, and others feel only the sense of joy most of the time. How does it work? We shared with you that we are creating these segments to share with you how your emotions affect your physical body, how your emotions affect the world around you, how your emotions affect your relationships. Emotions touch all things that you are experiencing, because emotions walk with you. Think about it. If you are joyous and happy, ones around you instinctively know it to be. And if you are holding deep anger and resentment and harsh judgment, ones around you know it to be. So how do they know? It would make sense then that emotions not only can be seen, if you will, on one's face, how they are walking, how they are standing, how they are sitting. You know when one is angry just by the walk, just by the steps. And you certainly know when one is joyful just by their steps. Lightheartedness, light on the feet. A heavy heart, heavy on the feet. And so it is a good place to start, because then would it make sense to you that your body feels all the emotions that you are feeling? But who is feeling what? Is it your mind feeling the emotions? Is it your heart feeling the emotions? Is it your body, or is it all? So when we talk about feeling light-hearted and in one's steps, they are gracefully moving along, almost skipping along, if you will. And ones that are carrying burdens, heavy burdens on their shoulders, anger, resentment, harsh judgment, when they walk, you know their steps pounding into the ground, especially if they are feeling anger. They walk head down, banging into the ground. Now, if you were to take those two individuals, one happily moving along, the other unhappily moving along in anger and haste, would it make sense that the soles of their feet would feel very differently at the end of the day? Would it make sense then every joint in their being, knees, would feel different at the end of the day? Would it make sense that what you are feeling affects your physical body? Would that make sense? When ones are walking around and they're joyous, even their hands are open, if you will. They are open. It is almost like they hold their arms out, palms up, just in the gratitude of blessings. They're very soft in their touch. When they pick something up, they're very soft and gentle. They're happy. When ones are angry, and we're just again using these two emotions for simplicity, but when ones are angry, their hands are normally in the fist state. They're all pulled in. And when they talk, they're perhaps banging their hand on the table, or they're picking something up in aggression. They're even moving around a grocery store, sort of throwing things in a cart, whereas one that is happily moving along a grocery store is looking and placing the item gently down. Truly ponder it. How do their hands feel at the end of the day? It sort of sounds funny, but until one ponders the connection between emotion and physical being, physical apparatus, one can then clearly see that at the end of the day, how they feel, why they feel like they feel. Heaviness upon one's shoulders, when ones are in a space where all things are burdened, feeling heavy, it would not be surprising to anyone that they have trouble with their feet, with their joints. inflammation, if you will, swelling in their feet, throbbing feet, ankles and heels that are very sore at the end of the day. And ones that are feeling lighthearted, moving along so gingerly, if you will, at the end of the day, their feet are not throbbing. They are not holding inflammation, if you will. They have just walked gingerly throughout the day. Have you pondered? Again, the segments are short and we're just going to keep going. We would like to just keep going without a stop and a start. And at the same time, we understand that ones truly have things to do. And isn't it fascinating that until one stops and ponders something as grand as this, as important to one's well-being, isn't it fascinating how so many dismiss, do not invest in the time? And we won't say spend time, because you are not spending, you are investing. Really good. There is great love for you.